One little plan brought to you by the folks in Tuskegee, Alabama that told black folks roll their sleeves up because we got something good for you. This is the ultimate psyop, but if people will just not be emotional, pull back and look at it, it's as naked as they come. And I'm going to break down exactly where this is all going. And I guess it's really just this. I have come to the full understanding that our worst analysis is dead accurate, and that it's still worse than we even thought. And that's not a negative thing to say. It's good to know the truth and to make preparation for it. I want to get into Black Lives Matter and all the clips, the latest developments, and kind of the autopsy of what's happening in the next segment because it's longer. I shot a video over the weekend that's gone somewhat viral titled, "This Video Will Bring Down Black Lives Matter." Of course, Black Lives Matter is meant to be brought down in the end. I'm trying to bring it down before it successfully hurts a bunch of innocent people. Humans of every color, in every shape, in every size. And I saw a whole bunch of black folks in the video really resonating with it and going, this makes total sense. I remember this, I remember that. He's absolutely on target. You know, talking about different points of history and seeing through it. I mean, it was like half the people or more commenting on it. You could go to their channels were, black folks. And I saw a few people in there who, when you went to their sites, were Caucasian. I don't know if they really were or whatever. And they were saying things like, oh, no, this guy, he works for Israel, or he works for the Vatican, or he's got an agenda. Don't believe him. I'm not addressing this because that type of criticism does anything to me. That criticism and manipulation is aimed at you, so you stay on the globalist plantation of divide and conquer. It's not racism. Racism is just tribalism. We all have it. We all do it. It's how we're designed. It has its functions when we're really under attack. It's groupthink. It's mob psychology. But it is absolutely important to understand that facts are facts. And you better believe I have an agenda. And my agenda is treating others like I want to be treated. Trying to build a good community. Enjoying seeing other people get ahead and be successful and innovate and produce art and literature and science. My agenda is to try to wake people up. My agenda is to try to find the words to transcend all this manipulation. Because it's hard to even fight this stuff and not somehow add to it. Especially when the public across the board is so incredibly dumbed down. But it doesn't matter whether I'm a good person or a bad person. I am a very good person. But they could set me up, destroy me, put out a lie to assassinate my character. The issues shouldn't be about Alex Jones. Because I'm not running the world. The globalists are attempting to, and do to a great extent. What matters is the facts I put out that you can go check for yourself. The only way they get away with something like Obamacare being written by foreign banks to screw us over and rob us is to have people not go check the facts. The only way they get away with funding ISIS and Al-Qaeda is to have people not geopolitically be informed and know the facts. The only way they get away with our basic rights and freedoms being destroyed and dismantled is that we're all fighting with each other over idiotic issues that don't exist in the great scheme of things, and the general public doesn't have basic knowledge of how political systems work. The people perish for lack of knowledge, and that's why we're in this position. That said, the useful idiots at Black Lives Matter actually are much, much better people than the globalists that are manipulating them and controlling them. They actually believe they're fighting injustice. They actually have the courage to go out and demonstrate. They have the crazy, wild, misguided courage to go out and, even though they ambush folks, that's cowardly. It still takes some courage to know you're about to get killed. Now, if you're going to do that, it is cowardly just to sneak up and shoot people in the back. But at the same time, still, there's some dumb courage on the back end of that cowardice. It's a sophisticated, delicate point. I don't hate these people, but I sure hate the Ford Foundation, the Carnegie Foundation, the Tides Foundation, George Soros, and the people that know exactly what they're doing. And I look at people like that enjoy seeing folks hurt, who love punching people's buttons, who enjoy seeing humanity fall. And my dislike of them makes me nauseous. I am beyond hatred for George Soros. What is the end game of the technotronic system? Using the economy, using sociology, psychology, to absolutely, totally, and completely game the global economy, to fix every major stock market, every major currency system, to selectively destroy the language, break down the family. You can see it everywhere. You can see it every day. And here is the boil down of what Black Lives Matter is. Then I'm going to drill into the latest developments. It is an attempt to divert attention away from government corruption, multinationals running our government, all the big scandals, the 2016 election, and to make it all basically racially based, and to create a type of anti-white sentiment that is attached to a lot of legitimate anti-establishment sentiment, and to make revolution in this country not be about restoration of the republic and kicking the globalists out like the British exit has begun to do, but instead making revolution about paying back old scores and reinstituting obsessions with race and religion and ethnicity, and then having local governments capitulate to multinational UN, UNESCO policies enforced by the federal government through block grants and strong cities, federal/UN watchdogs. It is the next phase of the Federal Reserve beachhead established in 1913 of expanding the civil emergency into local government and putting their people in charge at every level. Then the very same Democrats that passed minimum sentencing under Clinton to falsely imprison a lot of black males, which then creates a culture of crime. They go to criminal school. The book gets thrown at them. They go to criminal school. They come out. That's all they know. They don't have the same rights as other people. And then that creates the cycle of not having men in the house and breaking down the family. And the very same cycle is being beta tested everywhere else now. You just see its full implementation, at least to this phase, in the black communities, with devastating effect. And now Black Lives Matter goes out and has its leaders all over the country. We have new videos today, call for killing the police. And they have Miss Alabama call out and say that these guys are martyrs that are getting killed while killing police. And you have the people leading demonstrations around the country saying kill police. We're going to play those clips coming up. And these people really believe they're fighting a fight against the establishment when the entire thing is run by Facebook, Google, Twitter, the White House, the Justice Department on record, Hillary saying how great it is. Facebook headquarters lit up over the weekend saying Black Lives Matter. This is totally orchestrated to send you out in the streets. You know, war against local government to bring in federalization and globalization. But when the feds are done winning that war, they're going to absolutely put you in prison and on a plantation much smaller than the one you were already on. And that makes me sick. I don't sit back like some of the social engineers and go, ha, look at how hilarious this is. These idiots have no idea what they're doing. I sit here with a nauseous feeling in my stomach because what happens to you, I know, comes back on me as well. We're all in this together. The biggest lie the globalists ever tell themselves is that they somehow are going to never have to deal with the things they've done in this lifetime. Truth is, stuff you do in this lifetime comes back on you. And my God-fearing sense, people say, what is God-fearing? When I even think about the perspective of an evil group from their view, I'm not actually thinking evil things in that I'm entertaining them. I run through them militarily. That's what you do as a tactician, getting in the enemy's mind. And when I get in their mind and I actually study them, and I study them long enough to really understand their spirit and who they are, it is the only time I'm scared is when I actually get into their skin and it's like, whoa, oh my God. And I just feel scared of God. Like I want to just get on my knees and start repenting. People ask why I get tears in my eyes. The joy of how good God is, the joy of creation, the joy of all the good things that God's given us is so wonderful. That can bring tears to my eyes. But what really brings tears to my eyes is when I see the master plan, and I just wish other people could see it. And I hate to make it about myself. It's just that where are the other people that are prominent that see this? I mean, I've proven I know what I'm looking at. I'm proven I can predict the enemy's operations. I mean, a lot of it's just reading their own writings, but I pull back from it, and it's just horrible. But we're so trained to take a side instead of just pulling back and saying, well, in this case, they've got the cops as the good guys and Black Lives Matter as the bad guys, clearly, for logical people that walk through it. But in some cases, they put the police in the spot of the bad guys with warrantless checkpoints and unconstitutional stuff. And then when they go along with that, that makes them the bad guys. You see what I'm saying? But still, they're all pawns in the globalist system, and the globalists admit that. And that's what makes me so angry, is I don't hate a cop, whether they be black or white. I don't hate a woman because she's a woman. I don't hate a Hispanic person because they're Hispanic. I want them to have a great life and be successful and live in love. If they're in a La Raza group and racist and hate me, I see them as a brainwashed mental midget who has to be dealt with. If they're a group of black youth walking by and saying, hey, what are you doing, crackerhead? You know, oh, we see you looking. You want somebody to, beat you up? I think to myself, man, I don't look like a wimp. I can't believe these are some bold teenagers. This is Texas. Don't they think I have a gun in this car? My God, they're going to get swept up by the cops. They'll be lucky if they're not dead in a couple of years. Man, I wish I could reach out and deprogram them. But you know what? I'm not going to be able to do it here. I can be able to do it on the street corner. And there's my frustration. How do I reach people? God, that's all I want to do is reach people. People say, what's my agenda? My agenda is to not see everybody get played. I fundamentally, when I've been in parking lots, because it almost happened to me, when I was about 16, I later learned about it, that there are these guys that are being parking lots. I've seen them 20, 30 times over the years do it. They're just, you want to stereotype, they're almost always white. And they'll say, oh man, listen, I just bought this, but they can't let me return it. And it's like a $500 speaker system, and I'll give it to you for only $100 right now. And they're these big, cheap, thin, crappy speakers. And they're just trying to hustle you and sell you something. But I get mad at that, and that's just a scam. If I'm dumb enough, it's not really criminal what they're doing. They see you coming out of a Best Buy parking lot. They know you might be looking for electronics. They want to give you this, quote, great deal. And most people listening go, yeah, I've been approached by that. Today, in my modern life, it was about a year ago, some guys came up to me in a parking lot, did the same thing, and I said, hey, man, no. Oh, really? It's a great deal. I said, look, I know it's a scam. Oh, then what's a scam? The guy kind of got a little angry. And I said, look, go run your scam, man. Don't run your mouth, or I'm going to knock your damn teeth out. I said a little bit more than that. And I realized then I wasn't trying to act tough. I wasn't trying to act like a man. I'm not looking for trouble. The guy wants to go around in his baseball cap and his baggy pants and sit there and scam people all day. I said, just take your scam somewhere else. And he didn't like that. Now, the truth is, I wish I wouldn't have gotten mad and gotten the guy's face. I should have. I got more important things to do and bigger fish to fry and bigger enemies to fight. But really, it comes down to that fundamentally. My agenda is I don't like scam artists. People are always asking, what's your agenda? That's my agenda. When I even think about doing something wrong, fear comes over me. When I think about